So finding expected value and standard deviation by hand isn't super fun. And so most of the time we're going to let our calculator or StatCrunch find this for us. I'm not even going to show you using Excel because Excel, maybe there's a way to do it, but I haven't figured it out. So again, first to do this in your TI-84, I will click on Stat and then Edit, which takes me to my lists. Then I'm going to put my random variables or possible values into L1, and then L2 would be the probability of each value. So for our Have a Heart game, that would be the 95, the 5, the 0, and the -5. Those are my outcomes, or possible values. So the outcome was like the ace, or a different ace, or a heart, etc. So it's the possible values, which of course are our x's. In L2, I'm going to put the probability of each value. Now, I prefer using the calculator for this because I can just put 1 divided by 52, and it calculates that number for me, and it's exact. And then I can put 3 divided by 52, 12 divided by 52, and 36 divided by 52. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go to Stat and Calc and 1var stats. Now we've used 1var stats before, and again, remember, if you have a TI-83, you won't see this nice little picture. You'll just have to remember to do it by hand. So for mine, I'm going to put L1 for list, and frequency list, I'm going to choose second, list, and L2. The other way to do that is, of course, to choose the L2 from here. So again, I could have done second and 2 to choose L2. Now, if yours doesn't have the little menu, you're just going to put 1var stats, L1, comma, L2. And that brings up this value right here. Now, what you're looking for is your expected value is right here, and your standard deviation is right here. So those are the two values that you would be looking for in doing this question. Doing this in StatCrunch is easy as well. The reason that the calculator does a little bit better job is that in StatCrunch I actually have to input the probabilities as decimals already. I can't let the calculator, or I can let StatCrunch compute those, but it's more work than it's worth. Again, I had to put these values in by hand, and notice that these are just to 4 decimal places. The more exact those are, the better off you're going to be. But I'm going to go to Stat, and then Calculators, and Custom. My values in will be the X values, essentially, and my weights will be the probabilities. So we did this sort of before when we used bin data. It won't let me do that when I have decimals, which is why we have to do it this way. Where, I don't really care. I just want it to be on this page, and notice this pops up. Now, in terms of the picture, we don't really care much about the picture. What I do care about is down here, I have a mean of -1.349 or 1.35 as I had before, and the standard deviation of 13.79167, etc. So this gives me those two values of mean and standard deviation in the Have a Heart game.